What's happening, family? We back in this thing with another one, man. As we got some craziness to talk about. And it's coming by way of the 4K Trace and the Bleedas, you know what I'm saying? We also got, G-Way, you know what I'm saying? We got GeeMoney brother to talk about. We got the TBGs, you know what I'm saying? We got the BBGs. We got everybody in the building. So before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon, and turn post notifications on all. Wipe your feet as you come in the door. That's not just the saying I be saying, show your brother that love, man. Hit that like button. Look, even if you don't like me, hit that like button. Prove to yourself you're not a hater. You're not a sucker. You're not a buster. You'll still show love and still want to help the channel grow, even though you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? That's a real one move. You feel me? But on the cool, man, we got to chop it up about some crazy news that came out on Rico Taliban. But we're going to kick things off with GeeMoney big brother and that man Baton Rouge Slim. Now, for all the OGs to the channel, man, y'all know BR Slim, man. And y'all know BR Slim ain't never been one to bite his tongue. He ain't never been short for words, especially when it comes to GeeMoney. So he been on the gas, man, for all the disrespect that his brother been taking. And he said, I'll die about it, do life about it. Try me, on you, on God. Take it how you want to take it. So as y'all see, Baton Rouge Slim ain't playing when it comes to G. He ready to crash out. Now, he also went at someone else and put this video up where, he also put a song that sent a message. And it said, you just made my list. And everybody unfollow me, too. Stay on your op side. Then he said, you're not my dog, all family, no friends. So y'all see how that man Baton Rouge Slim feeling. He feeling like anybody who on the opposite side of G is up with you. Then he said that way, free my little blood, TMH 32 shots, aka money out that back. Then we got that man Boulevard Mail responding to the interview that was put out with Sharonda, NBA Youngboy's mama, as he lets Mogul State of Mind know. And he says, man, dude, who you be thinking? G up, be straight 911. Then, Boulevard Mail goes on to say, you got to watch out who you think for you, because these HO3s ain't nothing. And these dudes, even worse. Then we got that man Quando Rondo, as, he has some words to say on his Instagram. And he says, fed up ain't the word. The other day, I woke up and finally realized everybody for themselves, men and women. That's just how it is out here. I never been the type to get mad and just want to be myself. Everybody done literally pushed me to that point. You got to look at every friendship/relationship like a rope. You hold 50%, the other hold 50%. If it's not like that, cut the rope because you will eventually fall. Sincerely, Rondo. Out of 100% focus, 95% on yourself. The other 5 is for everybody else. Watch how fast you level up. And don't love or show nobody more love than they show you. It's very necessary to treat people the same exact way they treat you. They either gonna wake up and get with the program as a team, or they gonna leave. And if they leave, you did yourself a favor. You got rid of a person who not for you. That's very dumb and not beneficial for yourself. When it's people out here who really want to be your helping hand and really want to love you and care for you. And P.S., nothing happened to me. Nobody did nothing. I'm just speaking on what I see going on nowadays. Maybe I'm helping somebody, LOL. That's why I wrote these stories. So as y'all see, man, that man Quando Rondo voicing his opinion on people, relationships, friendships, stuff like that, man. And he feels like if it ain't beneficial, it's artificial. What my boy Mozzie say. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that and let's move on. Then we got that man NFL Bleedas as he has a message for opposition, and he says, dude want clout off NFL so bad, but was all on our Johnson when he was in the city. You know what's happening with Glizzy, and I ain't gonna go back and forth with no dude on Trey Biggers. Know how I get down. Y'all dudes 12, tagging NBA, dude all on the net. So as y'all see, man, that man, NFL Bleeder, he on the gas, man. And that most definitely ain't it from the Bleeders. As we also got that man, Oak Boy Jermaine. And Oak Boy Jermaine first says, you know, stuff can't be televised. I do stuff by myself, not when someone asks me. You know, they influenced with the blood emoji and the broken heart on a picture of his fallen cousin, True Bleeder. Then he goes on to say, I know they want to see me die. They don't want to see me survive. And that wasn't it from Oak Boy Jermaine, nor was it the biggest thing, as he also responded to this video from Rico Taliban, where Rico Taliban responded to the rat allegations on his name.
Boy, I ain't never tell on a soul, boy, on gang. I got picked up for that murder now about 15 fakes. I ain't even know what the going on. I posted the messages, and my partner mama sent them to the police and whooped around and some more. And man, I just read that shit, man, it's so bull on gang.
Then he goes on to say, I was playing like dumb. The F I look like telling on some. Show me where I said dude smoke dude. And of course, you know, that got around the internet, and Oak Boy Jermaine shared the video. Not just the video, but a video of a blogger or somebody, I don't know who this dude was, a smaller channel, fake page, sharing the post as well. And Old Boy Jermaine captions it with, that's why you trolling. I know the loudest one be the female body part one in the room. Go eat cheese, rat. And I had to raise the highlight so y'all can see it better. Then he said, like Bleedas say, them slime dudes gonna tell they some cold-blooded haters. Then, you know, he shares the paperwork and says Rico Taliban in the GM ratting. Is the GM ratting? It's gonna make sense in a second. We're gonna read that paperwork, but first that fake page said Rico Taliban ratting about a murder. And I don't know if this dude a fake page. Let me not disrespect that man like that. I just don't know who he is. Now this part where he said, like Bleedas said, them slime dudes gonna tell they some cold-blooded haters. The reason why he's saying that is because Bleeda, for those of you who are new to the channel and don't really know, Bleeda is Oak Boy Jermaine's blood cousin, his first cousin. And Oak Boy Jermaine was NBA Ben 10's best friend. So Oak Boy Jermaine was very integrated with the up and coming of 4K Trey and NBA. He was a part of the whole movement. He was a stepper allegedly for them, you know what I'm saying? And then Bleeda got him to step away from them and come on to their own movement. So yeah, that's why he's saying that. That's why that's in there. But let's get into this paperwork that we know is real because Rico Taliban confirmed it. Now I had to enhance it by turning it black so y'all can read it. Remember, GM is him. And it starts off with him saying, right, 8:52, it's probably like at 9 something. But this was right here was at 9:30, some at 9:32. Then JL, someone we don't know, says right. Then he goes on to say, and he's seen it. Then JL says, okay. Then CJ, someone else we don't know, says, you didn't. He was supposed to come back and hang out. Is that what? Then Rico says, we were supposed, and he was going to pick me up, and we were supposed to go to his girlfriend's in New Orleans. Then CJ says, okay, and why you ever met his girlfriend in New Orleans? Then Rico says, yeah. CJ says, what's her name? Rico says, I don't even know her name. I just know her Instagram. And I apologize for how terribly they writ this. It's hard to even like get it out. But then it goes on to state, CJ then goes on to say, and honestly, I believe CJ is a detective. And y'all gonna come to see why here in a second. He says, okay, do you know it off the top of your head or you got to start in your phone? Rico then says hustling in hills, something like that. Then CJ says hustling in hills. Rico says, yeah, she like a model in New Orleans. Then CJ says hustling in the hills. Rico then says, yeah, again, hustling in the hills, something like that. Then CJ says, okay, all right, and that's all blanked out. Then Rico says this, sir, I got a question. Like, so that's really who did it? And that right there is what made me believe that CJ must be a police officer. CJ and JL must be detectives that reached out to him on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all remember what he was saying in the video, he posted these messages and, you know, his partner mama screenshotted them and sent them to the police. You know what I'm saying? So that right there in itself let me know that the police reached out to him. He said he got picked up for it already. So that must be who these people are.
I ain't even know what's going on. I posted the messages and my partner mama sent to the police and whooped around and some more. And
JL, the detective, said, did what? Rico points to the paper on the table. JL, read what that says right there. Rico says, yeah, that's really made me. Then JL says, read what these things, what's that say right there? Rico says, UNBR. JL says, this right here is earlier, right? Rico says, about to pull up. Here's where the paperwork starts to get hard to read, but I'm gonna do my best to try to read it for y'all. And I believe the first part says, although about where or street, what street is, I can't tell what that says. But that was a question from one of the detectives. And Rico said, I think they call Carroll Street. And then JL says, okay. Rico says, I think that is what it's called. And then CJ says, Calvin. JL says, Carroll. And then Rico says, but yeah, you got a cigarette. And JL says, you got it from him? And Rico said, he had a female in the car. And JL says, okay. So it seemed like Rico told them what street it was on, what street it happened or whatever. And he said that he asked somebody for a cigarette. Rico then says, I didn't ask about her, but you know. JL says, right. Rico then says, but I was talking to him about a cigarette. She was looking / doing stranger in the car. I seen her do a drug, but that's why, I mean, we move around. When I left, I'm like, what y'all finna do? He was like, I'm finna go drop her off and go get somebody, and you know. And then JL says, yeah, what time? About what time was that? Rico said, I texted him well after that morning. Well, after we talked, after the morning, after we talked about studio, but he pulled up on me again at like 6. JL said, that is it. That is a night? And Rico said, yeah, left. And then I text him at like 9:20 something. He read my message at 9:35. Then I text him at 1 a.m. I didn't know he was dead though. Today told me he dead. And I had posted our last conversation on Instagram, but I always do that to any friend. But I got 3 different friends, but I do that to you know. And Pizza called me snitching, but I wasn't thinking about I wasn't thinking of it like that until you know. CJ, this is what we talking about. That's you. You recognize this. Do you recognize this? Rico says, that's our DM. See, this time he pulled up like at 6 something. We had this at like 8:25, but this message was like at 9:30, 9:32. He read it. I text like, where you at? JL, okay. This is the last time you text him at 1:46 saying where you at, and he never responded to you, right? Rico says, shakes head. JL says, okay, this shows the time. It was 8:57 p.m. when you were texting here. He texts you back, and a few times it's almost 9 o'clock right here, right? I'm sorry, it was 8:52 at this time. And that's the end of the paperwork. Now, it was all broken, man. It was all like smashed down, and the wording was terrible to read. But overall, what was being said was pretty much Rico Taliban tried to blame the girl in the car for his homie's death. He tried to pin it on the girl, if there was a girl. Maybe he made up an imaginary girl and tried to pin it on her. You know what I'm saying? That's why he said there was a girl in the car in the first place. Y'all see it right there? He had a female in the car. GM is him. And then he said, I didn't ask nothing about her, you know. basically making the girl seem mysterious and like she would be up to no good. He let it be known that she was, leaned over doing drugs and he could see her. So all that makes it seem like he was trying to pin it on to the girl, if there is a girl. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all believe that Rico Taliban was snitching in this situation, man? Let me know. Now, the video was going to be longer, but we done ran this on too long, so we're going to go ahead and cut it short here. I'm not going to give my opinion on this, man, because I don't really know enough about the situation, man. I don't know if anybody went down for this situation. If it was a girl that went down for this, yeah, of course, he ratted. But if it wasn't a girl that went down for this and nobody went down for this, then no, he didn't rat. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just need to understand what else is going on. I'm gonna have to look deeper into this situation, but this just popped up. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon and turn post notifications on all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video. And all praise be to the Most High. Peace and blessings, kings and queens. And I'm out. Bleedas.